Do you remember the sound of those iconic keyboard clicks? The rhythmic buzz from the BBM notifications. See, now BlackBerry wasn't just a phone, it was kind of the phone, and especially at one point, this Canadian tech giant actually ruled the mobile industry with an iron claw. But there's actually a lot more to BlackBerry than you would actually think, and today we're going to look at the rise and the fall, and a lot of lesser known stuff. Let's get into it. See, BlackBerry's story actually began in 1984 when these two Canadian engineer students, Mike Lazardis and Douglas Fergan, founded Research in Motion, RIM for short. A fun fact is Mike actually used part of his $4,000 loan that his parents saved up for his college tuition to actually start the company. Now talk about high stakes. Their big break actually came in 1999 with their Blackberry 850, which could both send emails and regular text messages. And that was a huge moment at the time, especially sending emails. It was practically wizardry, especially at that time. See, BlackBerry's keyboard wasn't just about convenience, it was actually for flight regulations. Early pagers had fewer buttons and were allowed to be used on airplanes, and RIM found this loophole to capitalize on this to make their phones indispensable for frequent flyers. And see, now the term BlackBerry didn't come from the color itself. The name came from marketing experts that actually thought the little kind of keys looked kind of like the drupelets on the BlackBerry fruit itself. Imagine it was called strawberry. See, BlackBerry ruled the mobile world in the early 2000s, but cracks began to show in 2007 with the launch of the iPhone, which Steve Jobs' famous words were,
"And we are calling it iPhone." Today, Apple is going to reinvent the phone.
Now, everyone knows BlackBerry failed to embrace touchscreens and applications and all that stuff. But something really that you might not know is BlackBerry executives actually laughed at the iPhone and how it was touchscreen. They seriously thought touchscreens would never replace physical keyboards. And now while BlackBerry stuck to the keyboards, their competitors sped ahead and passed them right up. One major misstep is BlackBerry Messenger, or BBM. It was one of the first instant messaging platforms to offer read receipts and encryption. Sounds familiar, right? Well, apps like WhatsApp and iMessage took the same idea and basically just ran with it. Now, instead of licensing BBM or even opening it to other platforms, BlackBerry pretty much just kept it exclusive, missing a major opportunity. BlackBerry actually had a chance to pivot onto Android, but decided against it. Internal documents later revealed that they feared and alienated their existing user base. Ironically, they actually even failed to adapt Android in 2015. It was a little too late at that point. We can't talk about BlackBerry's fall without mentioning the BlackBerry Storm. In 2008, this was their first attempt at a touchscreen phone, but here's the kicker. The Storm didn't have a traditional touchscreen. Instead, it used a feature called SurePass, which made the screen physically click down like a button. Sounds cool, right? Well, except it wasn't. It was extremely buggy, it lagged, and a lot of users reported the phone actually crashing. And Verizon, their partner at the time, actually made BlackBerry pay back every single penny that they would have lost. After officially exiting the smartphone market in 2016, BlackBerry shifted gears towards cybersecurity and enterprise software. But here's something surprising. BlackBerry's QNX software powers the internal systems of over 215 million vehicles worldwide, including brands like BMW, Ford, and Audi. There's also a major player in autonomous vehicles, working on AI-driven softwares throughout partnerships called BlackBerry Ivy within Amazon Web Services. BlackBerry actually remains a leader in cybersecurity, practically in government sectors. Their software is so secure that even intelligence agencies worldwide use BlackBerry solutions. Here's also some little trivia. BlackBerry still owns patents for smartphones through innovations and licensing rights. In 2022, they actually sold most of their patents for $600 million, but retained a few future projects they might still want to put out. It is possible they could be planning a comeback. Never say never. BlackBerry's story isn't just about rise and fall, it's about reinvention. They went from dominating the mobile industry to completely focusing on another side of the tech that you would never think they would be in. Sure, you're not going to see BlackBerry phones locally or that much anymore, but their DNA is still embedded into everything we pretty much use, from laptops to computers to phones to even smart cars. So whether you're nostalgic for BBM or fascinated by their pivot, BlackBerry proves one thing: even in failure, there's room for reinvention. So what do you think about BlackBerry's rise and fall and rise again? Let me know in the comments down below.